It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Bengals and the Browns, and it comes your way next.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is guy who was a finalist for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The numbers for Mixon last week, 18 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. On target over the middle to Hill, and he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
I love his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Now a throw here to his running back. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Six yards left on second down.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Burner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Mixon running right, finding room to the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Touchdown, Bengals. It's complete. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it ends with a Bengals score.
This is Tony Pollard. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Lawrence. Flushed out right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. It's certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Hurts throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Bryant with a catch right side. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Throwing is Hurts.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Micah Parsons
in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hurts.
And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Lawrence will throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Come on, fellas.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Dumps it off to Mixon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. So we have reached halftime. We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the 2nd half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the 3rd. And they trail. Here to begin the 2nd half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
That's it, man.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
Now Lawrence. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Leo. Check out.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. 3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Going deep for Diggs. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts.
They complete it to Hill.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey. Look at me. Go on. Three. Shift. Undercut.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off at the 17. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. They'll look to throw here. He gets this one to Boyd.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now Pollard. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Flush to his right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Still going. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And it's fielded at the 34. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Browns down by 2 touchdowns. At time, a huge factor. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. You're not ready. You're not ready.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Bengals, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall to 1-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.